If somebody really wronged you, would you like come on here and just like talk shit though?
Wrong me, like I don't know what they would have to do to wrong
No, like
me.
killed your family or some shit like that.
Well, I think it make the
Well,
paper
that's more of a musketeer, like
self-explanatory. Yeah.
I don't think the first thing I would do is come on a podcast and
right.
say they're a terrible person.
Like to the guy that killed my family.
It's a guy.
I hate you, asshole. It's like I don't know how I would, he won. He killed my family.
He won. He killed my family.
Yeah, there's no verbal exchange that's going to get him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be on Millennial Stoner trying to get back at him.
I mean, it'd be one of my highest viewed episodes. Yeah. I went last time actually, and the fucking hurricane was coming through, or whatever. There was like a storm out in the way. It was like raining and shit. And if the seas are bad, they won't do the ferry.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like apparently because I think Mike Fales went. Yeah, Mike Fales was.
I think I was with you when it was rough seas. I made a joke about
it wasn't this bad apparently.
Okay, I made a joke about having rough seas. Like my first opening line was about the seas being rough.
Yeah, because you were like I remember asking you because it doesn't. It didn't bother me as much because it has to be like because I've been out in like really bad like seeing like water like the water spouts and everything that kind of shit because I've been like fishing with my like dad and uncles and everything. We like go like deep sea fishing. That's crazy. That I got like sick. That I had to be like I have to lay down and like the first mate was like you need to lay down like lay on the ground and I just like laid there.
The first mate. That's what you.
It was no. It's like it's like a charter boat.
Was it a 3-hour tour?
No, it was 4.5.
Oh.
I'm not letting you get the reference in.
I didn't say anything. I mean, do you introduce the guests or do you?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, all right.
Welcome. Hey, everybody. This is Millennial Stoner. My guest today is a dude who I've actually done a couple podcasts with. If you've ever listened to the podcast Fairfax with Fairfax and you've heard this sultry voice before, this is my friend and comedian Keith Fairfax.
Hello.
Sultry, like I said. How you doing, man?
Good.
Thanks for coming down finally. Been trying to get you on the show for like what are you trying to do? Fuck me eyes to the camera?
No,
you bit your lip.
No, I was chilling. What'd you say?
Yeah, anyway. I was just saying before I've been trying to get you on for like since I started this thing because we've done like a lot of the podcast stuff together.
We have. You've done my podcast, Keith Fairfax with Fairfax.
Yep, a couple times.
Yeah.
Which is now a live podcast.
Which is now live.
What made you want to go live? Because you were recording that in your house for like the longest time, which is a lot of fun. Everybody go check it out. We'll put a link on our stuff for your podcast on your face.
Nice. Well, after the pandemic, I was like, all right, I could be out and about. And my friend owns Crafted in Riverhead. So
Bar
he was
in Riverhead Crafted where Keith does it every Tuesday, right?
Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, just do it here live. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, sure. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. I love doing that, actually. That's why I feel bad I haven't been able to do it in a while just because, the holidays and I was like, and everybody, I don't know about you, but like, I felt like there was like a group of everybody that got sick every week at one point.
Definitely.
So I definitely got sick and everything like that. But everybody go check out his podcast. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. And I'm happy to have you on finally because like usually this is so much more of like a more of a free flowing podcast and everything. But you excel at like a lot of like pop culture shit and everything like that.
Oh yeah, I consider myself.
You have a very interesting view on things.
I consider myself in touch with society.
In touch with society.
Yeah, abreast of the situation.
Abreast of the situation.
Yes.
So you just want to start with Kanye stuff, or you just?
That's not because he got married.
No, that's right. He did get married.
Yeah, he got secretly married. Yeah.
Like, but to one of his designers.
Yeah, the Yeezy Brandon, one of the Yeezy head designers or something like that. She's cute. I mean,
but it's like a real marriage, or did he like go like do like a space marriage?
I mean, I don't know the man. It seemed he just had a wedding ring on, and they said he had a secret.
Seems like the kind of guy that went up to somebody and be like, "You and I are married now."
Well, they've obviously known they have a rapport. They've known each other before.
She's worked for him for a while,
so I was like, hey, what do we
bring it up, Chris? Can you see if you can find this lady's name? Who Kanye has had a secret wedding is so weird.
Well, he went back and coveted what he knew. You know what I mean? Someone who knows him, someone who is not going to judge him, is a little safety zone with someone who's worked with you before. So it makes sense to me.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, someone who's not going to judge you.
Bianca Sensori reacts to secret. Oh,
Her name
that's
seems
his wife.
fake. Bianca Sensori. It seems like a fake name.
It does seem like a wrestling name. It does. It seems like coming to the ring, like your
Bianca Sensori.
That absolutely sounds like a wrestling name. I am the fashionista, Beyonce.
Oh wow!
Holy shit, tits.
Well, look at her side titty.
She's
though.
very Italian, isn't she?
That
Holy,
side titty is not.
Look at her side titty.
That is,
holy fucking shit!
I think she might want to get that checked. That looks tumorous.
That's got to be a tumor, right? Like
that's a lump.
That's
like,
got to be cancer.
Is that good?
That's fat.
Is that what we want?
But he's always been into like.
See, but then look at this blonde girl here. Is that the same chick?
Is that? I thought that was. Is that Amber Rose? Who the fuck is that?
No, that's.
Is that her just with blonde hair?
In short, I mean,
and like Panera Bread.
Rapper is with. Yeah, that's her still.
He looks so weird in that picture.
Maybe it's one of his kids.
It looks like, but it looks like he doesn't look like Kanye West in that picture. No, he got his beard and his nose look weird.
Yeah, that could be me.
Yeah, that looks like Triple H.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a weird guy.
I don't know, man. He's had an eventful year though.
Boy, you talk about a year in review, Kanye.
Well, it's just like. I mean, did anybody really think that eventually, like something a little out there was not going to happen? I mean, the man is. I mean, he is like a genius. Like he is. Like if you're going to talk about musical
genius,
those albums are fucking Graduation Day.
Yeah,
move it. Those albums, like love them or hate them, you listen to that music. The first time I heard that Good Morning song, I'm like, this is just
very
makes
unique,
me feel good.
Yeah, powerful. Yeah,
yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
And then he would like talk about other stuff, and you'd been like, oh shit.
I mean, everything I heard Michael do also made me feel inspired too.
Yeah, but Michael didn't go out there and was just like, slavery seems like a choice to me.
He never said that.
No, he never said that.
Yeah.
He also, but like, I don't know, like I also look at it from a standpoint of like someone like that is that like genius.
Right. It was going to be a little kooky, you know.
But that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
remember, what was the guy who who's the dude that like invented like he like pushed film? He was like an entrepreneur. He did a lot of stuff in like film and like he built a plane. He was like the first one to do a lot of stuff. Then he like went nuts and like he put like tissue boxes on his feet.
Oh, you mean the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. What was that guy? Howard Hughes?
Yeah,
Howard Hughes. Yeah,
Howard Hughes.
He was like a fucking brilliant man.
Yeah, right.
But he had, it never really works out for brilliant people. They always end up saying it usually is. They usually end up going crazy, or they have like they have like weird, like I guess anti-Semitic views on certain things, or like stuff that people would be like, I wouldn't say that,
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess if you are brilliant,
or like, I don't want to say anime. I
want like Bobby Fischer was brilliant, and eventually it got to anti-Semitic views.
What happened with Bobby Fischer? What was the thing? I don't know the Bobby Fischer.
Well, he had anti-Semitic views.
Oh, okay. Everybody loved. Wait, didn't they make a movie about Bobby Fischer?
Yeah, like that was like when chess became popular for a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was the chess guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he had anti-Semitic views eventually? Like, it just came out? Or, like...
It didn't just come out. I mean, he felt that way for a while. It just was like, there goes Bobby, firing off at the mouth again.
What's Bobby's... What did he say? What is it? Oh, anti-Semitic rant.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, this wasn't like they... found footage. I mean, he put it out there.
It wasn't. They didn't find him in a fucking. Yeah. There wasn't a camera with
this. Isn't a Blair Witch host.
No, it wasn't like the fucking camera in a fucking elevators with some hooker, and he's just like, who I don't like? Jewish. No, people.
Here we go. So the Jews don't like to work.
Holy shit! That's one of the things Jews didn't like about Hitler's. Oh my god! I could see how people were pissed about this.
Yeah, finish that.
I could. Where was I? Of the things Jews didn't like about Hitler's concentration camps, and that there were no gas chambers. That's all baloney.
It's a quote from Joe Winchell. I mean,
no, it's not.
You feel how you feel, but
no, it's not. Chris, edit that part out.
Take a very, took a very pro-choice there, huh?
A pro what? I am pro-choice. Thank you.
I apologize for what was said. It was not.
Oh, that's his apology?
Yeah, when he got old. I was like, I don't think
Bobby Fischer doubled down on everything.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think Bobby ever apologized for what he said. I think he kind of went harder later.
Yeah, I think he just doubled down on his bullshit.
Like a KFC double down. I think he added more flavor. And
it was crazy when you see people that double down on shit like this. Like a little, like I'm not saying like well, people,
Kanye doubled down.
He doubled down hard.
Kyrie tried to an extent, and then Kyrie was like, God damn it, I want to play ball and I like money. It's like, fuck this.
Yeah, he wanted to play ball. Yeah. He had that moment, and then he was just kind of like,
he's like, I'll fight the power another day. Yeah.
Well, I watched that documentary, and I'll tell you what, make some good points. No, no, I'm kidding. I don't even know.
You were saying before the podcast.
What was it called?
But what?
What was the documentary called?
The one that he was reading?
Like Hebrew to Nebro.
It was from Hebrew to Negro. Something like that. I forgot what it was.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, from Hebrew to Grogu.
You go to Grogu? They actually, let me tell you something. Baby Yoda was sent down by the White Devils.
That's what they are.
All new Star Wars is racist. Here's why.
No, but that damn Avatar is.
I was going to actually ask you about this. You talk about pop culture stuff, and I know I'm sure we'll circle back to Kanye and the fact that he's out of his tree. Once again, I'd like to say those first albums,
they rock. No, they slap.
Not so much down to 2, but like
no, I stopped at.
Actually, I stopped
whatever came out before, right after.
4? What was the first 4?
Right after College Dropout. That one I rock with, and then after that is You Can Miss Me with the rest of it.
Oh yeah,
it's all downhill from there. Yeah.
It's what gets really weird. Well, that one I didn't.
He was playing his mother's heartbeat on the thing, and it was just too much for me.
I just always find it crazy when someone like goes out there, like it seems like like something that a Batman villain does when he's just like, I'm not taking my medication anymore. Like,
well, maybe it's just beyond my simple mind.
It could be. I mean, he definitely sees things we don't. Let's be honest about that.
Sometimes you got to be 8 feet tall to ride a ride. I'm not 8 feet tall.
Can we at least admit that a lot of his shoes look like shit?
Yeah, I don't.
Can we please admit? I understand they're comfy.
But it's like the choice that you give me. Is it between the foams or Crocs? I'll take the foams.
You'll say. I mean, yes. If you had obvious. The Crocs are atrocious.
I hate a Croc.
They're atrocious. Disgusting even.
Only thing I like about it is that you can wear them in the water at the beach, which I don't go to often, but if I had to, I would.
They're amphibious?
Well, you can put them in sport mode and then you can swim with them.
Wait, you can put them in sport mode? They like transform and shit?
Well, yeah, there's a back piece that you throw up in that. You kick it into high gear.
It has a back piece?
Yeah. I mean, that's what the whole thing. You kick them in the sport.
I've only seen the ones that look like. Bring up Yeezys.
No, this is the Croc. The Croc has the sport.
But isn't that a Yeezy?
Crocs? No, they're Crocs. Like bullshit.
Is this a Kanye Croc?
No, these are. Look, the sport mode is right there in the back.
Oh well, that's just stupid.
So once you unleash,
I thought something that came out of the back of it.
Look, relaxed. Yeah.
No, I'll never wear those.
Yeah, relaxed mode is when you put the lip in the front.
They're disgusting.
Sport mode is when you put it to the back and then you can kick it into high.
I don't know if that's hacked, but that's fucking disgusting.
See, relaxed mode, sport mode.
Do you own Crocs?
No.
Would you? I mean, aren't those expensive too, though? Aren't they like fucking?
No, they're like they're like $30-$20.
Oh, okay.
You might sometimes they sell them like 5 pair for $100 or something.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, they're like giving them away.
I'd never.
Well, now you can.
It looks like a shoe for a doll.
You remember what's that charm bracelet that you can add shit to?
Any charm bracelet.
No, but like
any charm bracelet.
There's like a popular one.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? Pandora, right? So you can add pins to these shoes now, like Pandora.
Oh yeah, I know
and
that.
Like customize.
Put like stupid, but that's also stupid. It looks dumb.
Well, you make it. You get like. Well, now there's like little pieces that you can put on there that like are expensive. Like you could get like a $500 toe Croc
that someone can just rip out.
I mean, if they tackle you down and rip it out of your shoe,
I'm sorry. Do you own a pair of these with charms on it?
No, I mean, but if I had to make it my own, I guess I would choose to bedazzle than to not.
Would you get like Gengar and fucking Pikachu and some shit?
Why would you automatically go that route? No, I would get Wesley Snipes and Passenger 57.
Like just a poster or like a cartoon of Wesley Snipes from Passenger 57?
A little caricature. The one that goes in
that's
my car.
That's oddly specific. I love that.
Well, that's one
why
of my favorite.
Passengers 57, not Art of War?
One of my favorite Wesley Snipes was young, virile, kicking ass, taking names.
Was that his first big action movie?
I do
that was a
think
big
so.
one.
I don't think that was his first one.
Pull it up.
Give it a goog.
Give it a goog. We're going to jump around. This is the ADHD episode. Not Crocs, I'll tell you that.
Wesley Snipes' acting career.
Just put on IMDb and look up his movies.
Passenger 57 is a great underrated, still holds up because technology. Passenger 57.
Oh no, I'm sure.
The technology hasn't so far surpassed it in that particular movie where they
did all that shit live.
If they had a cell phone with GPS, it would have been, you know what I mean? It still holds up.
All that shit's live. Go all the way down. Go to the start of the 90s. Go from White Man Can't Jump. Yeah, Art War 2. Oh, Drop Zone.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
All right. We'll do King of New York, actually, because I love that movie. Because that's the first time I remember seeing a Wesley Snipes credit in a movie that I sought out and watched.
The New Jack City, Jungle Fever. He had a run. Passenger 57.
New Jack City. Nino Brown?
Passenger 57 happened in 1992. He started in 80 something.
Dude. These movies, some of these are great.
He was in All My Children for one episode. Wildcats. Wait, he did
Wildcats. Trumania? 86.
Streets of Gold, Miami Vice.
He was on Miami Vice? He was Silk on Miami Vice.
Yeah, one episode.
Critical Condition. Michael Jackson Mad video.
Yeah, okay.
Which was supposed to be Prince, apparently.
Major League was his first major major film.
That's, yeah. Oh, yeah, Willie Mays Hayes. Great job, Hayes. Never fucking do it again.
Mo Better Blues.
Oh, Mo Better Blues. That is a fucking fun one. King of New York is one of my favorites.
Boiling Point was a good movie. Also, Rising
Which one was
Sun.
Boiling Point? Are we just going to sit here and say these movies rule?
Oh, you're right. Really good.
Go to Passenger 57. 92. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. It was, So this is what I'm talking about,
peak Wesley. That's
but
what I'm saying.
But this is the era where it's
he was doing Karate Man shit. And he was on
I wish we could put the trailer
up. He had
up.
more lines than your average action hero.
Yeah, Tom Sizemore's in this with him.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's the FBI agent.
Yeah, he's the FBI guy. All right, go back.
I think his name is Sly.
Yeah, Sly Sizemore. No, go right. So, yeah, it goes because it's White Man Can't Jump, which is also great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's White Man Can't Jump, Passenger 57, Boiling Point, Rising Sun, and then you end sexually that era with Demolition Man.
Right, and after that it got bad.
Yeah, well,
Money Train reawoken.
No, because Drop Zone was successful.
Tu Wong Fu was a money grab, had to have been.
No, it wasn't. That was an indie film he did.
No, Tu Wong Fu.
Was that a big release? That was like a.
Well, yeah. Well, what's his face was in it? Swayze was in it, and so was fucking John Leguizamo. So
yeah, but I don't know if that was.
I mean, this was a
smaller film that got released. This is like.
It's not a small. No, this was in theater. This was around.
I think you're thinking of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
No, Tu Wong Fu.
This was a big release?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought this was a smaller release film.
Leguizamo and Wesley Snipes. Why wouldn't it be
as drag queens?
Yeah.
That's right.
This was a very woke.
No, it is.
It was very woke.
It came out in '94, and you put the.
Just the history of
Julie Newmar, yeah. That's where they have the Winnebago. Is this the one where he has the shit around his neck?
I don't know which one you speak of. When
there's one of, I think it's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. One of them has like a necklace, and there's a little piece of shit, and I don't know what the movie's that for. I swear to God,
no clue what you're talking about.
I watch a lot of movies.
So do I, and I still don't remember one that had shit around it.
Have you ever seen it's either this movie or Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
It's definitely not this movie, so it's definitely
necklace
the other
shit one. Around. We're gonna see real movie.
Yeah, right.
No, actually, don't put movie.
You want that in your?
Put Tu Wong Fu.
We just saw Tu Wong Fu.
No, but I'm trying to figure out what movie. Yeah, it's.
No shit. No shit.
No, don't go to images. Go to all. It's not like a piece of shit. It's in like.
There's no shit.
You know who'd know this? My friend Tim. This is we're terrible at this.
Well, you know who else knows it? Your friend Keith. And I'm telling you that it
does exist. You don't know.
No, but it's just not in Tu Wong Fu. I'm saying it's definitely in the other movie.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like a whole. They go into the desert and they do like a big drag performance. It was all right. It was like a '90s film. Okay.
You've seen a lot of early drag films, huh?
I just seen a lot of films. You ever seen Pink Flamingo?
Yes.
Yeah. That fucking one's weird. She eats shit in that movie. That movie's wild as fuck.
don't know if I remember that.
So, yeah, and then you go to Money Train. Well, let's be honest.
Money Train was huge.
Well, it was the reunion of Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, which I argue they still. And then Murder at 1600, which was a great. I was just telling you before, like I just rewatched all of these.
Yeah, U.S. Marshals with
U.S.
Tommy
Marshals
Lee Jones
rules.
That was the sequel to the one with Harrison Ford.
The Fugitive. That's a sequel to the fucking Fugitive. I've spoken of this before on this podcast.
Then Blade, which is the first Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Blade.
he never gets credit for this. Actually, if you want to really be honest about it, the whole Marvel universe started with Blade and then Spider-Man.
It might have started early. Well, it started early in that because
X-Men?
Howard the Duck was out.
That was not successful. If you want to talk about what really
what, because of the light bestiality?
Light bestiality would be like I jerked off to a picture of a duck. That's light bestiality.
So fucking a duck. What?
That's full on bestiality.
They didn't show it.
They showed it in shadow. Didn't they show it in shadow?
Yeah, he didn't make duck.
It was a little. I mean, they kind of faded away. They did the thing where it was either heavily implied. Don't bring up the sex scene.
Give it a goog.
Actually, bring up the sex scene. Bring up the sex scene with the duck.
And there was slight bestiality in. Did Marty McFly fuck anybody when he That's
not bestiality. That's incest.
No, I'm talking about did he fuck when he was Teen Wolf?
Ooh.
Didn't he bang?
But does that only count if he's the werewolf, or if he's normal? Does that actually bestiality? Because he definitely had a love interest in that. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
Some people call me half man, half amazing, so I don't know sometime if they're getting the half man or the half amazing. That's a good question. We should circle back to that.
I'm gonna let the audience laugh through that. That's funny because I'm such a fucking stud. Wow, look at the duck with tits. Yeah, she fucks the duck
several times. Like
God, she's
weird. Naked with him. Like,
yeah, there it is. That's what I mean.
The duck with titties. Yeah. Why does he have titties?
I think he's supposed to be like a pudgy duck. No, that's a female. Is that a female? No.
Did he?
That's the female duck. Yeah, titty duck. Is that real?
She has oddly...
I haven't seen Howard the Duck in such a long time.
Me neither.
Can we use this image? That's hilarious. This episode is now called "A Duck with Tits."
She has oddly nice tits. Like,
I love how. Is that all right? So is that?
If you take
that's a lady with a duck head with her tits painted white.
If you take off the head, right, and she's just painted in white body.
That's got to be. That looks like that looks like a mask.
Painted in white body, right? So you take off the Oregon duck head, and you just have her pale white body. There, those tits are amazing.
So would you fuck that duck?
A girl with a duck mask?
It has no. Like in the world where that's what a duck humanoid looks like. Do you have sex with that? With that duck person?
I could probably get there. I mean, I'm not gonna say just hard yes.
But the rest of it, they're gonna have to have feathers. They have feathers, but she has a vagina, and it's not spiked. He's like a human, but it's that's the duck. That's the trade off. So it's kind of like fucking like a furry.
Well, I'm very, very woke, so yeah.
I would too, actually. I mean, the story, number one.
Because I'm an ally and really woke, so yeah.
Okay.
So
I believe you either way. I know you're doing like a little bit of a bit, but I know you.
No, I mean, I just who am I to cast the
first
fist
stone
of judgment and say that thou shall not
fuck a duck?
Ducketh.
No. I mean, I would.
I mean,
you ever seen furry cartoons? Some of that shit's too sexy.
Yeah, do you remember there was a what was it called?
This always happens. I'm sorry, guys.
It was called.
This always ends up.
It was a fetish website called
cartoonsex.com or some shit like that.
No, it was more based off of like furries and stuff like that.
It was like sexyfox.org.
Oh, it's gonna bother me that I don't remember.
You were a subscriber?
Yeah, because I wanted to see FetLife.
Oh yeah, I know FetLife.
Yeah, it was called FetLife.
I know FetLife.
And I had a profile for it and everything. And a friend of mine, a kid I work with, he was like, yeah, I just met this girl from FetLife. And I was like, what the fuck is a FetLife? And then he showed me what it was, and I was just like, oh, a lot of weirdos on here, huh? So I built a profile, and I never got any hits. I think they could smell that that I wasn't one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a fake motherfucker.
Yeah, I had too much pride at the time to sound but so desperate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like a lot of the guys in there, they just show hog. You know what I mean?
Because it's that kind of like, this is my dick.
Like profile pictures just
dick
slang out.
Wow, confidence.
Yeah, just I was like, wow, good for you, sir.
Which, I mean, I assume that's like one of those.
Well, I would say that's 50% of it is just their profile is their. I was like, that's so wildly aggressive. That's not a fetish. That's just you with your dick out. That's not a fetish. But.
I mean, it's not. I mean, for profile pictures, don't you think you should at least have a full? If you're going to be naked, wouldn't it at least be full body? I understand it's a sex site.
There's some layer of discretion. I mean, they're not animals.
Put a zipper mask on.
That's pretty wild to go. You know how crazy it is to go buy a leather zipper mask? Like,
yeah, I do. I've had to buy one before for like a prop. It's not even, and when you tell somebody that it's for something else, they immediately don't believe you.
I'm not in the land of believe or make believe. I just listen and absorb.
So what was your experience buying a zipper mask?
Never bought a zipper mask. I don't have an experience. I'm just saying, could you imagine? That's what I said. And then you had a story of you actually getting one. So
why are you offended?
I'm not offended. You just live in
your voice lowered and you got like scared and you like became small.
No, I'm living in the make believe. You're living in the real. So you should talk from experience.
Oh, I'm just saying it was like when we did it for a prop for a sketch show. I told you about this before. I have on YouTube. Yes. It's called the Supper Club. And you
hashtag Supper Club.
Yeah, hashtag Supper Club.
Get a little shout out to the sub.
Oh God.
Can you bring up Joe in the Supper Club leather mask?
Don't, because let me finish my thought first.
All right, just saying.
But like, fuck, man, God damn it.
Supper Club.
We had to buy a mask for something.
So you were a gimp, and
no, we ended up not even using it.
Interesting.
But it was like we had a game show sketch, and there were supposed to be dominatrixes in it.
Mm-hmm.
But like because. It just we were supposed to build a rack. It looked like shit. It was one of those things of like, do we really want to put this up here?
You guys were supposed to film in Iraq, and then
no, we made a rack.
Oh, you made
rack.
okay.
You put somebody up on a rack because it was supposed to be like a punishment thing,
a torture rack.
Yeah, like a torture rack. Yeah. It was supposed to be like we had this weird game show thing where it was just, and we ended up cutting it because it looked like shit. I looked at it and I was like, I'm not filming this because it doesn't look good.
It's just a cross.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those. It was supposed to be like body up like this. It just didn't look right.
Yeah.
And it was like a table, it was like a meat table, and I was like, let's just do something else because it didn't look right, and we just not use the mask. And I was like, I'm glad I had this awkward experience of somebody like
instead of like you were just hanging somebody on plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Just make an Ed, Edd and Eddy reference.
It took a long way to get there too.
I was gonna say
I had to think of Plank.
Good cartoon.
Yeah, remember Plank?
Yeah, fucking love Plank.
Yeah. Well, I don't think.
What was the Polish kid?
I don't think anybody loved Plank. He was a plank of wood with eyes with crayon.
Well, I had a vapor pen and it was Plank.
And it was okay.
Yeah. I like Plank. I'm serious. It
took me a long way to get there.
That character was wacky.
Yeah,
was that Jimmy? No, Jimmy was the weird.
Plank is not a character. Plank
was what's his name's toy.
Yeah,
he was his friend. Let's be honest. No, you're right. He's not a character. He's
not a character. It's not like at the end of the show. It doesn't say Plank played by.
No. But and this kid. What was the kid's name?
Ed.
No, it wasn't Ed's friend. It was one of the
little shit. Yeah, right. Plank was because
it was Ed, and Eddie,
and then Plank was like they were all semi slow.
Well, there was the one foreign kid, Rolf. Who you never knew what country he was from.
Right.
That was the joke.
Vague.
It was a vague Eastern European country.
It's like the last Rambo movie, like who's the enemy? You know what
exactly.
I mean? It's like wait, no, the last, like everything now is just a bad guy, but where's he from? They're like
Eastern Europe.
He flies around. He's from everywhere.
He's nondescript. One of these kind of accents.
Right.
Like not quite Russian.
He was like, I grew up in Brooklyn, but I'm from Moscow, but I live in sub-Saharan utopia.
He has a nondescript accent, but it's not American and it's not French. It's not Russian.
It's like, does Iceland have an accent?
No, it's like,
where'd you find this guy?
Remember the Family Guy characters that are like, oh my God, I almost had sex on a girl last night. Like that's not an accent from anywhere, but I've heard people talk like that in movies.
Right.
Like,
but it's just
like Air Force One. Weren't those like nondescript, sort of like Eastern European villains?
No, they ran like.
Or were they Russian specifically?
Well, it's always a terror group.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But the accent I felt like was a little nondescript. Like they're just Eastern European terrorists from various countries.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this one used to be in the KGB and stuff like that. It's always one of those
Polish mafia.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. No, it's I don't know. I can't imagine. You know what I can't imagine? I can't imagine people going in having to buy another zipper mask. Like, never mind buying one. Like when you have to replace the zipper mask, like I finally spit through it.
Well, you got to make sure you get good quality first, and then it depends if you're a gimp and you spend most of your time in a chest at the foot of a bed, it's like it gets itchy, you sweat, you're gonna need more than one.
What do you think that shit's? What do you think What's the most expensive zipper mask you can get? What is it lined with? Like,
I mean, it's fine leather, horseback.
yeah, but you would think because you'd want it to breathe a little bit, though, right? You'd assumedly be tied up for a while. I
feel like the reason to wear the gimp mask is to not breathe as well. Like, is to
no. You're supposed to be able to because it's supposed to be simulated danger. You're supposed to be. This all stuff's supposed to breathe.
Once you put on a gimp mask, you've now crossed
latex
the threshold.
Is kind of a little weird.
You now cross the threshold of not simulated danger.
I know sometimes that shit.
Yeah,
you hear about some of the stuff.
You're yearning for a little more.
Who's that girl on fucking Twitter?
All right, here we got a couple of masks.
Wow.
Here.
That dude looks like a Jason. All right, that looks upsetting. That's
I like
got a
the
little
one
heart.
with
I don't like that.
with the sock on the end.
That's for the. Is that like a whip ponytail?
Yeah, I like that one. Aesthetically.
Yeah. Man, the alien face is kind of. No. I don't like the ones with the flowers on it. Something about that's like very Silent Hill, and I don't like
the ones with the non-zipper mouth.
Yeah, I don't like that's the latex. That latex stuff looks creepy. That's that like fucking American Horror Story.
Right.
I like the demon mask. That's what I would like to make love to.
See, the dog mask one, you're crossing into
I want the samurai mask.
You're crossing into Fat Life territory with the dog mask.
I feel like that. Wow, is that? Wait, I'm sorry. Is that a leather dog mask?
Yeah.
Is there a leather horse mask? Look up leather horse mask.
Yeah.
This is all we're doing.
I'm going to say, I don't know, but I know for a fact there is.
You know, I love having you on, Keith. You have such enlightened conversations. It's so.
No, I mean, this is,
this is fascinating. Let's be honest. I bet you there's a leather horse mask. Yup. Well, that's actually for an actual horse.
Yeah. That was for dominatrix.
That's what I'm talking about. Something that's fucked up.
And there's also people who pretend to be horses.
Oh yeah, I'm very aware of those people. They're horse people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, listen, for the record, whatever you're into is fine by me.
Should they be allowed to vote? You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's what Keith Fairfax said, not Joe Winchell.
I don't know.
I know how to play your game. I know how to trap you.
And they have like the BoJack Horseman.
Well, where's the boat? That's just is that BoJack Horseman or is that just horse?
I think that just might be horse actually.
That is BoJack, but see, now we're getting weird. I don't know. But what's the most expensive like leather? Like what are the Jesus Christ? Well, you
just add diamonds to it.
$750.
You want to be a gimp or what?
That seems like you want to be a stallion.
But that's to me.
That's for the horse people, right?
There's nothing sexual about that. Like there's no. I don't know.
No, that's more for like a cosplay. Yeah. Like I'm a horse. Like
you have to like tie that up, and it's like now I'm in it, and what are we gonna nuzzle?
I feel like that's more of like a luchador mask, actually.
Yeah, that might be for festivals or something. I think that might have
like Burning
purpose.
Man. Yeah, that's like
there might not be anything sinister behind this particular one.
Well, sinister. Oh man, we didn't even talk about raptor masks.
I'd be in for it.
What, raptor masks?
Yeah.
Sexy dinosaurs? Is that a furry that you would be into, a sexy dinosaur?
I haven't. Well, you don't know until you try. I'm
You don't know until you try?
I'm a C first in that category.
Are you one of those guys that you see it and you're like, I'll give it a look?
Yeah, I was like, if someone's
like, I'll try anything once.
If you're gonna give it your all at it and that's your thing, I'm like, all right, if you're gonna commit, sell. If you're gonna sell me on your thing and you commit to it, I'm like, all right, I could,
Oh no, yeah, of course.
Give it a whirl. You're going to commit.
Hey, you talked me into it.
Yeah, if you got one toe out, one toe out, like, hey, would you be into it? I'm just like, well, you're barely into it. Like,
yeah, but if you're like someone's like really excited and sells you on it,
yeah, you learned this from your ex, and now you want to try it on me. I don't think so.
Wait, is that a real story?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, totally. No, I mean, I don't know who Deborah is.
I made up like, for instance, that's all it is.
All right, just make up a story off the top of your head featuring a guy named.
Let's call him her ex.
Heath. No, I won't ask you to describe anything incriminating. I know you're a gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell and stuff.
But
I never.
I know you don't. Actually, that's one of your most admirable traits.
I don't.
If somebody really wronged you, would you like come on here and just like talk shit though?
Wrong me, like I don't know what they would have to do to wrong.
No, like killed your family or some shit like that.
Well, I think it'd make the
paper.
That's
more of a musketeer, like
yeah.
I don't think the first thing I would do is come on a podcast and say they're a terrible person.
Like, to the guy that killed my family,
it's a guy.
I hate you, asshole. It's like I don't know how I would, He won. Yeah, he killed my family.
He won. He killed my family.
Yeah, there's no verbal exchange that's going to get him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be on Millennial Stoner trying to get back at him.
I mean, it'd be one of my highest viewed episodes.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thought.
Would you have Cosby on if he's touring?
Is he touring again? Is that real?
Cosby is touring.
Look how much Bill Cosby tickets are. Just out of complete curiosity, like, is he still expensive, or do you think the prices has dropped?
Well, people want to see it for the spectacle, also.
Right? It's become a little bit of a circus.
We got a schedule and Ticketmaster.
It's all through his site. Oh, it's on Ticketmaster? No shame, Ticketmaster.
I mean, no shame whatsoever. Why would they discriminate? He's a free man. He did his time.
Keith Fairfax say Bill Cosby did his time.
And they put the Cosby Show back on TV too.
Did they take it off TV?
They took it off TV for a while.
There was some stuff on that show that you watch and you're like, that's weird.
Why should Felicia Rashad be punished for his?
Oh no, I agree. I agree. I agree. I think I've said it because there's more to that show than just him. You know what I mean?
It's like there's an issue.
Plus, it's not like they took off Different World or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Well, who did something about Different? Who did?
Wasn't that the spinoff where she goes to college?
Yeah, but like, there's nobody who.
That's what I mean. But that's like also taking off a Different World and being like because he produced
that's 5 degrees of
because
separation.
he produced a Different World.
Yeah, but that's 5 degrees of separation.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would be stupid. Yeah. Wait, how much was tickets to his show? Out of curiosity, Chris. He didn't announce it. Not announced yet.
Well, because they would start boycotting.
Would you go see him?
Yeah,
you would go see him
without a doubt.
Is he gonna do does he write new stuff, or is he just doing like the Noah shit?
To me, he has to talk about.
Is he doing like the Noah bit? But I don't feel like he's that kind of comedian.
I've never seen.
He's always very.
His PC comedy sucks. Like
he does have that. What's that one special where he sits down for the beginning of it? That's
I never found Bill funny.
You weren't like a big Cosby person.
No, the Cosby Show is funny. I'm talking about his stand-up.
No, I'm talking about his stand-up.
The stand-up I've never found funny.
That
but
wasn't
the Cosby Show itself I found funny. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I never. I watched some of the Cosby Show, but it wasn't something that I always found Bill Cosby to be a little corny. When I was young.
Yeah, well, he was your. I know your father was around when you were a boy, but for some of us, their father was not around and they didn't have that white privilege that you had. We needed a TV father to kind of get us through hard times. So Bill was there for me.
This is the clip for the show. I want this to be the clip. This is a good one.
So, but I'm glad you're so fortunate to have your family together for, still to this.
I didn't even mention my dad, man. You were waiting for this.
No,
in the chamber.
I've met your father several
chamber.
times. I met your father several times. Nice man.
It just threw it. I love it though.
Yeah. Proud of you.
So your dad wasn't around. Good to know. And then, so you watched this. So Bill Cosby was your dad.
Yes, and then I started selling crack rocks on the corner of where I lived.
Where'd you live at the time? You don't live there now, so where'd you live at the time?
A predominantly white development.
Predominantly white development. What was the name of the development?
Duck Pond Estates.
Duck Pond Estates. And you sold crack there?
Yes.
Did you wear the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match?
Similar to that, it was
or is it gray? Were you trying to do like?
It was a FUBU velour outfit.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a red. It was a red FUBU, and then I would wear what they would call
the short sleeve or the long sleeve one.
Long sleeve.
Long sleeve.
Because I was an all weather dealer. So after I would sell my krills, I would then.
What made you start in the game?
Well,
and how old were you?
I wanted to buy my friends, like the holidays were coming around. I wanted to buy my friends turkeys.
Okay.
So I bought a U-Haul truck, and then I put about 500 turkeys in a U-Haul truck, and I went around to different neighborhoods and I handed them out.
You handed them out, yeah.
Yes.
Were you with anybody? Did you have? I mean, I'm sure you have friends that help you out.
This was a solo op for the most part. I kind of wanted I wanted the credit, for doing so. So I,
So wait, you started selling crack in order to pass out turkeys out of the back of a truck.
I've always been a philanthropist.
You've always been is that what that means?
Yeah.
Chris, what's never mind. You know what? Philanthropist, sure.
Yes.
What does a philanthropist mean, actually? Look that up.
I've always given back.
Is that what that is?
No, but that's what I've always done.
Okay. So you started selling crack.
So my philanthropy led to check it out.
Philanthropist. A person who seeks, can you zoom in on that just a little bit, Chris? Oh, seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the generous donations of money to good causes.
So my philanthropy, as I was saying, you uncultured swine, before you interrupted me.
I didn't interrupt you, and
Yeah,
you didn't know if you were right either. I saw the way that you looked up.
No, I just wasn't going to fall into your petty game of a fool.
A petty game of a fool?
Yeah, your foolish nature thought I was wrong.
I don't appreciate your ruse, Keith.
Would you question Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I don't appreciate your ruse, Keith.
Would you question?
I don't appreciate your ruse, Keith.
Not a ruse.
I don't appreciate your ruse.
A ruse by any
I don't
other
appreciate
color.
your cunning attempt to trick me.
I wouldn't do that. I don't deal in white tricks.
No, you deal in black magic.
What's white magic?
What's white magic? Stuff on donuts that they put on the little packages. That's white magic.
Stuff on
or anything Fred Astaire did in 1955.
I'll give you that. That would be white magic. Yeah, there's some white magic there. I'll give you that.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Listen, I won't argue with you on that
one. So can we make that entire backstory that he described the plot of New Jack City clip to put out?
What's New Jack City?
Okay. Bring up New Jack City.
Oh, this is a Wesley Snipes vehicle.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
It's a Chris Rock vehicle. Wesley Snipes was sort of like a no-name. Chris Rock was the real star of this movie.
Whoa. Seems somewhat disrespectful when you
I think I
like
fucking
that.
hit a fucking... I found oh, look, what's the matter? Is that sweat I see, Keith?
I don't even think he was on the cover. No, he didn't even make the cover of the movie.
Fucking cover. Pookie?
It's funny how...
So you never seen this movie before?
Me?
Yeah. You say you've never seen this.
No.
No, you're more. You said you're more of a Forrest Gump guy, right?
New Jack City, Warner Brothers. No, doesn't ring a bell. Ice-T.
You don't even know who Ice-T is, you said before, right?
I'm a Vanilla Ice guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Ice-T has too much sugar in it.
It's true. Number one, but you can always get sweet tea.
Well, I'm not from Mississippi. I don't want sweet tea. I mean, just give me Lipton tea, 2 sweet and lows.
We're done at 45.
Give me Lipton tea, 2 sweet and lows, and chill it down.
Lipton tea, why?
Well, once you chill Lipton tea, it's
nice. Edgar from Men in Black?
Edgar.
Sugar water. That's what you sound like.
No, I said 2 sweet and lows. It's not sugar water.
He's never seen New Jack City, and he's only seen Cool as Ice with Vanilla Ice.
Yes, and he was also the background dancer in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Was he in anything else?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, I'm saying like besides, I know he's in those two. I have the poster.
He did some B-side stuff,
but like, because
I bet you he has like 5 movies.
Was that it? And then he was just like, no one cares about you anymore. Because he made the one movie. Was he ever in anything else? Like in the 90s?
Yes, he was.
TV show stuff, probably, right?
No, he did a straight to TV something. I remember Vanilla Ice being in it. I know, was that MC Hammer? Yeah, that was MC Hammer.
MC Hammer?
Yeah, he was in a bad movie. All right, that's not what I was thinking of. The Iceman. Like, there he is, Rob.
What's your real name? Robert Van Winkle. Why did you change it? Nothing rhymes with Winkle.
Did he say that?
Yeah, it's Jim Carrey.
Well, he was in That's My Boy.
Oh, he wasn't That's My Boy. He was Uncle Vaney.
Sandy Wexler.
This is all recent shit, though. He was in Sandy Wexler. Wow. Fucking
American Gigolo.
Canada Sings. He was on a season of... Oh, he's Canadian.
I see Adam Sandler.
He was in Sharknado 3.
Adam Sandler has given him a lot of work.
Oh, he's also in the Welcome to Death Row documentary because Suge Knight hung him out a window, right?
Allegedly.
Well, the other side of that story is that Vanilla Ice, like, fist fought him.
Well, just look at his IMDb. His IMDb is pretty thick.
We from Dallas? Betty Blowtorch?
Yeah, Debbie Does Dallas.
He's one of those guys I always assumed like just would end up with a terrible drug habit.
Not Rob. Rob's a winner.
All right, take this away, Chris.
Yeah, he could have been Vanilla Ice. He could have been Kid Rock, or he could have been Mark Wahlberg. As far as like
Mark Wahlberg, is he that good of an actor?
Well, it could have went either way. I mean, those are the spectrums. Like when you heard,
but Mark Wahlberg. When
you heard Marky Mark rap, you never thought that he would have turned out to be one of your favorite actors ever.
Oh no! I mean, Good Vibrations is great.
But you know, it's funny. That's a song about like drugs.
No, I know the whole thing. No, it's anti-drug.
Yeah, anti-drug.
It's anti.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
He's
Feel the vibration.
He blinded a Vietnamese guy, and he decided to become born again Christian after that. I'm convinced.
I mean,
he beat a man so bad he went blind.
Yeah, and then he had 5 black guys behind him dancing that had to be called the Funky Bunch.
They still tour around. They still tour around as a Funky Bunch, right? Not.
I mean,
does he even acknowledge that era of his life, or is he just like, I do the Patriot Day movies? Is he even?
He's too hot and cool now.
But wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah, it would be, but it's just what like for what? Like
no, for what?
What does he stand to gain?
But it's just funny. I mean? Like it's funny to be like that is sort of what kind of started him, was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
What was his first movie? Fear. His first movie was Fear.
Probably.
I think it was Fear.
Yeah, it probably was Fear. Yeah.
Which is like.
Well, they knew he was hot, so it was just like, hey, you could play this. And I think it was supposed to be DiCaprio in Fear.
Mark Wahlberg is What was Mark Wahlberg's first movie? I think it was Fear. Was it supposed to be DiCaprio? He was like, I feel like he was way too young at the time. That 94, 95?
No, not in this. In not Fear. Actually, it was. What was the one? He was like
Titanic,
Gigolo or something. Rather,
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. It was supposed to be DiCaprio.
That was way after. That's not Mark's first role, though.
No. Yeah, that's what DiCaprio was supposed to be, though.
The Substitute. That's a TV movie, like first movie. Renaissance Man.
And The Substitute, he was still.
He was in Renaissance Man. Like, what character build is he? Go down. Dude, this movie used to be on all the time when I was a kid. All right, so this is like his first movie.
Private Tommy Lee Haywood.
Private Tommy Lee Haywood. And then, when's Fear? Like 95? Go back, Chris. There we go. Fear. Yeah, Marky Mark. No Mercy. He was in Basketball Diaries.
I remember him in Basketball Diaries. Mickey, yep.
Which one's Basketball Diaries? Leo's in this, but what's it about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Troubled Teens.
It's like it's one of the troubled teen movies.
Mm-hmm.
New Line Cinema was doing edgy shit, man. What can I say? He has the same squint in this that he does in The Departed. That just, you know what I mean? That DiCaprio kind of ruffle.
Yeah, so the Gilbert Grape.
The Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
He goes wide-eyed a lot in that, actually.
Great movie, still holds up.
You're a big fan of what's in Gilbert Grape? That's a weird one. A lot of people.
But it does still hold up.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about that movie now.
Yeah, no, it was early stuff.
90. That was like Johnny. That's Johnny Depp and Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done a movie together since.
Well, they're just so big. It's like you got to pay both.
Yeah. How did you? That's like.
Yeah. And then.
That's the reason why you never got Al Pacino and De Niro in a movie for years.
And Mark wants to be top billing, and he won't be if DiCaprio's on the bill. He won't be top billed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He got top billing over The Rock.
He knows that he will not be the star.
Yeah, he got top. I mean, they did as I say, he got top billing over The Rock, and The Rock was a pretty big star at that time still.
Right.
And Pain and Gain was a funny movie. Wait, Mark Wahlberg, that's what it is. Yeah. All right. So it goes Fear. Yeah, that's when it gets launched. It's Fear. That movie was a huge hit. But then he did one more. That's like the end of the Funky Bunch shit.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights is 97. Funky Bunch is 2 years. Wow, people forgot about that shit quick, huh?
Mm.
He gets in a fucking movie by Paul Thomas Anderson. How the fuck? Do you think he's a good actor? Honest question.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor.
You think he's a good actor?
Yeah, I think you know what, they give him roles where you need
I feel like
a guy.
he plays Mark Wahlberg now.
Yeah, well, I feel like you don't need, sometimes you just need a guy who can get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, you're watching a guy who you kind of seen somewhere
He's the guy
before.
you give the ball to when you need the first
right,
down.
You kind of seen him somewhere before. You're like, all right, I can resonate with this guy. If they're too perfect, a cookie cutter doesn't, you're like, yeah.
He just kind of just do movies where he's like, I'm the guy who stopped that thing.
Yeah, right.
Like, I know I did that. Like,
yeah, I took care of it. Yeah.
He's so excited when like a fucking horrible travesty happens. He's like, this is great. Another movie I can do in 2 years. Like,
he's like a firefighter who they gave roles.
Yeah, if there's a fire or a building.
Yeah, he's a firefighter. They're like, hey, you want some movie roles? And he was like, sure, I'll save him.
He's like, he's like, Benghazi's amazing, right? I can do a movie about that now. Like,
I'd have killed him. I'd have killed them all. It's like, what the fuck?
Mark just said, Mark, you got to stop getting excited about this horror. Yeah. Stop watching the news, Mark.
It's like, we don't need your political takes, Mark.
I'm going to tweet out, this is fantastic. I can keep working in this business. Like,
he stayed working, though.
But that's like no shit. Like, if you look at the last 5 movies, it's all like Mark Wahlberg stopped a horrible a bombing or like saved. Wasn't he in? What's the one about he was in the one about the that fucking oil rig that exploded.
Yeah,
he was the guy that stopped it or like saved everybody.
He needed like an all-American guy.
That's what he does. Father Stu. He was the guy. He had the gay son who killed himself, and he goes on the long journey to forgive himself. Mile 22, the Netflix film. Yeah, he's all like just Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, that's just Mark Wahlberg in a movie. That's not like that. What's his character name? That's not James Silva. That's just Mark Wahlberg. They had to give him. But that's like, no, this is me. Like, I don't have to like do any character work for this role because this is what I would do.
I know exactly what you want.
Exactly.
He was like, I know exactly.
I know exactly what I would be if I was a CIA hitman. Of course I do.
He's like, I could do it. If you allowed me to do it, I could do it.
I was watching the Sox the other day and I thought to myself, how would I strangle a man in complete darkness?
He's like, I have the skills.
Anyway, have you seen all seasons of Entourage? It's a good show. I produced it. It's about me.
Entourage underrated too.
This is the best Mark Wahlberg impression I've ever done. It still sucks. Like, Deepwater Horizon. This was a huge. Look at him. Look at him on that poster. That's like when you know you've made it. When you get like the fucking dirty hero picture.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh man, Kurt Russell's in this. I did not see this movie. I just knew that it was like based on a John Malkovich is in this. Jesus Christ, everyone's in this. Even Ethan Suplee. He's definitely like some sort of like tanker guy. Like he looks like a dude who always works on a rig.
Right.
Looks like a dude who was born on a rig.
Good character actor.
I mean, yeah, he is. That's what he's basically turned his whole career into. He was in Wolf of Wall Street too. He lost all that weight. God, yeah, Mark Wahlberg. This is all he does. What's the other one? Go back. Where's the other one? Look at Lone Survivor, Transformers, The Gambler, Mojave. What the fuck is that? How many like based on a true story movies has this guy done? Patriots Day. He's in the last couple of years, he's done like 5 of these. Is this him as a producer or as an actor? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he was in Father Stu, which is based on a true story.
Uncharted, he did that, sucked.
Yeah, I had high. There was like cool stuff in that.
Yeah.
Because I like that video game, but like it also felt like it's one of those things that I always say is a problem with video game movies. I'm like, just make the first game. They always do this thing where they're like, we're going to make every game in one movie. It's like, don't do that. Like, why would you do that? Mojave, what is this? Oscar Isaac? A suicidal artist. Yeah, this sounds like something.
Yeah.
A suicidal artist goes in the desert where he finds his doppelganger, a homicidal drifter. Is this... Wait, go down. Does he play the drifter? Who's Mark Wahlberg in this? Norman? Why did he do this movie? Oh my.
Paycheck.
Gotta be. Or he produced it or some shit like that. He's like, I think you should put me in this movie. I think I should play the bartender that punches the guy in the face and like saves the girl. And then like you never see me again, but you know.
I can see that.
This episode's called We Love Mark Wahlberg now.
Yeah, I don't
I don't hate Mark Wahlberg at all.
Yeah, I like Mark.
But like you have to what is this? This is a true story too, right? What is this? The story of the kidnapping of the 16-year-old John. Yeah, what did he find? Is he the guy that finds her? What does he play? Yeah, he probably finds it's Christopher Plummer. Jesus Christ, I didn't even know this movie existed. Yeah. Oh, wait, I did. This is the one that they took Kevin Spacey out of after all that shit came out.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember that, yeah.
This was the one
I only remember it because of that, though.
Yeah, that's it. I never saw it, but yeah, that's right. Mark Wahlberg was in that. I think he was the guy that helped, like, find the kid. Yeah, he's probably in it. This was the beginning.
Too. That's thin Brendan.
The man just won a Golden Globe for being fat. You gotta give him credit.
He's the whale, right?
I saw it. It's good. Like
I didn't see it yet. I kind of want to see it.
I watched it and I was like,
it works.
It's a like legit good performance.
He's a good actor. I mean, you take away that George of the Jungle shit.
He got fucked by the industry a little bit.
He did. He did. Blackballed a little bit.
Yeah. So, but he just won a fucking Golden Globe, I think, too.
And he's been good in Doom Patrol.
Yeah. Doom Patrol rules.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite DC TV shows. He's a robot man.
Yes.
But Mark Wahlberg will always be Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if he did a Funky Bunch reunion.
Go to the network.
Actually, I would argue that some of my, like, growing up, most of my favorite movies to watch featured Brendan Fraser. Encino Man.
That's not one of my favorite movies, but
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just trying to find which one did you, I mean, you may be wrong.
A favorite Brendan Fraser
I feel like he was everywhere.
Yeah, what was that one? I mean, I like him in The Mummy.
Everybody, the movie rules.
Yeah, like The Mummy shit. He was really good as an action star.
Yeah, it was kind of like the evolution of Indiana Jones type films.
Right.
And I was like,
Where you could be over the top, but still.
It's an adventure film.
Yeah.
It was like ridiculous. No one expected to. And that's one of my problems I find with people with some like certain action movies. People are like, it wasn't realistic. And I'm like, it wasn't supposed to be.
Right. And no part of it was supposed to be realistic.
It's called like something in the ancient tomb. Like there's a ghost on the fucking.
The mummy came alive.
Yeah, the mummy came alive 10 minutes into the movie.
They dispelled the reality of it very quickly.
Oh, you didn't think Transformers was realistic enough for you? I'm sorry. Like,
I was like, Indiana Jones is not realistic.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, it's high. It's supposed to be like fantasy shit.
Right.
That was a good movie, but he was kind of that guy for a minute.
He was kind of that. Listen, he had a run.
He had a run, and then like, just whatever happened. But like, he's been slowly on the. Yeah, he did George of the Jungle. He was like the George of the Jungle. He did Dudley Do Right. Bedazzled. I remember that. And this is towards the end of it. Yeah, Monkey Bone. Monmy Returns.
Yeah, but after Bedazzled, it was.
Bedazzled is got some stuff in it. I like him in it. Monkey Bone's a fucking hard watch.
He was in Crash.
He was in Crash. Yeah, he kind of like, he never like not worked. He just did a lot of smaller stuff. Yeah, he did the third Mummy movie, which sucked. He was in G.I. Joe. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're just reading people. This is just us. This sucks. We're just reading people's. I acknowledge this sucks right now. I acknowledge this sucks. Well, anyway, good for Brendan Fraser is what I'm saying.
Awesome.
But he's like, it's fun to see guys like that like prove that they can act. That's what he does in the Whale movie.
Right.
When you see it, you're like whether you love the plot or not, you're like, prove that dude can act.
He can act. Yeah, he definitely can act. Yeah.
You know, it's not like he can just be the kind of like quirky guy. Like the dude can act. And it's cool when you see guys do that. I always like when you see, like, you could argue Jim Carrey was like the first one to do that, but I like when you see guys that are known for one thing, like do something like
quirky. Yeah.
Yeah, like do something like
when you see him do the Cable Guy or
Cable Guy's a good movie.
Or a Spotless Mind. It was like, oh, these are different takes. And then even what's the thing when he was Truman Show?
Yeah.
Truman Show. That was pretty like
speaking of Wesley Snipes, that's what I consider his role in Dolomite.
That's his Truman Show?
Sort of, but that's sort of him because he doesn't do any karate in it.
Right.
And he plays like he's arguably one of my favorite fucking characters in the movie.
He's an older man now.
But yeah, he's the older man, but he's just like sort of like he's also plays it like a cokehead too, a little bit.
Right, yeah.
But he does, when they do the take where Eddie Murphy does the fight, the way he sits, he's just that was perfect. Like, but it's like you've never really seen Wesley. And
that was his Tu Wong Fu coming out.
But it was weird because like I was gonna make the point before we were talking about Wesley Snipes. Like that motherfucker like transitioned real quick into like ultimate badass.
Yes,
like definitely. And I'm well deserved, might I add.
He was like, "Listen, I'm black and I know fucking karate." He was like, "Take advantage of this.
You want a piece of this? I know you do.
Believe me. Like this is what I can do."
But he always played like it's always a guy with some sort of Zen like hobby. Right. It's always like I do like perfect origami or in Murder in 1600. He does all the little Civil War like recreate. He knows like everything about history. And it's like he has a whole scene where he's just talking about like, all of my stuff.
Because like I said, as an action star, he always had more speaking roles than
he had more dialogue. He could act.
He was like, no, listen, I can act first, and like the karate shit is second to my acting.
Don't you think that's a trope of like that they kind of did away with that he actually did was like because before that they were mainly just kind of like one-liners. Which listen, I love Commando. I'm not taking that. Like, I'm not saying like, but like he like elevated it to be like he can have like scenes of like dialogue and exposition, and like because he could actually like carry a scene. He wasn't just like a guy. I mean, not to saying that like dudes like Stallone could act, but a lot. I mean, like, is there brilliant dialogue in Cobra? I think not. I love the movie, but I wouldn't say it's brilliant dialogue.
He got better at it the further it went along. You know what I mean?
He was good when he was doing his own dialogue stuff. Like Rocky's good because he wrote it,
right?
And he knew what the character was. So of course he would be good.
And it's not hard to play someone that you're close to in real life, a punch drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, he was on his last licks in Rocky 1 and then made 6 other
Rocky movies. Well, like regular Rocky movies, 6.
Right.
And then, well, it's going to be the 3rd spinoff.
Right. So it's just like, I'm like, damn.
Really, talk about longevity for a character.
But that's the same thing with Riggs and Murtaugh. Like, on number 1, Riggs was on his way out. I mean, Murtaugh was on his way out. No, he was
retiring.
Yeah.
He decided to stay by the end of it.
And then, but like, he was always like, I'm too old for this shit. And then eventually they had to be like, all right, we got to stop saying that because you.
Well, the 4th one, he actually retired.
Right, yeah.
Which, I was a huge fan. we're good. We can go a little longer. As a huge fan of Lethal Weapon, actually, like I love those movies. Like for better or for worse, I love those movies. The first one is legit a great action film.
You know it is.
Like Gary Busey's crazy in it.
Yeah,
he's a great bad guy. The plot's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's got that sweet ass saxophone theme the whole time.
All time. The whole movie.
The whole movie is just whatever the fuck.
I love it. I love it.
And it's really like one of the best Danny Glover performances.
Yeah.
Like he gets like when he yells after he fucking yells about the bridge.
But he gets younger throughout the movie.
Yeah, he does get younger.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
The fourth one they had to age him down a little bit.
Right.
Like,
they were like, all right, he can't have more. We were treating him like he was old and decrepit to begin with, and now he's doing more shit.
Like fucking like not even 40 when he played that part too, I think, or something like that. How old was Danny Glover when he first? He was like older, but he like not by much. I think like Mel Gibson was in his like late 20s.
Yeah. Mel was young.
But like, they're gonna do another one. You know that, right?
Yeah, I heard.
And I said, I'm like, the only way to do it is to be like, fucking Murtaugh's retired and some fucking crazy.
Danny was 39.
39 years old. I mean, what
in 87, he was 39. That's nuts.
God, I mean, that's
36 years.
36 fucking years. And he's going to do it one more time.
76. Yeah.
I mean, this de-aging stuff's got to be fucking ahead of its time.
Jesus.
God, I mean, I'll see it one more time. I've always said, I'm like,
he was old and gone fishing.
Yeah. Oh God, that's right. I mean? Like, I saw that movie in theaters.
Like that's crazy. I know I was very disappointed with that Pesci Glover crossover.
What you like? Oh man, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life.
I thought this would be funnier, and it was just like I was like, this sucks.
Like what's the biggest letdown in your life? It's like seeing the greatest main event and just not being a knockout punch in one round. Like it's just not fun to watch. Like
I did not like it.
You didn't like when they lost the trailer and it went by them?
It's like gone fishing. I was like, oh God, I hate it.
Just suffered through it because you didn't get up from a movie at that time.
No.
Like, plus you're in the uncomfortable seats.
Yes.
I was thinking about that the other day. So I was in the movie theater and I'm in a fucking recliner.
Yeah, I treat popcorn in the movie theater like just a slovenly like I've never been out before. Like when I was young, I used to just like pour it, just like, and they get in my hoodie.
Oh, you do
shirt.
that?
And I was just like,
you just mush it in your mouth sometimes.
Yeah, and just I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, finally, I can be free
because you get a bucket of just popcorn,
right? And then they turn the lights on. I realized how much. I turned the lights on. I realized that somebody has to clean all that up. I'm like, oh, sorry.
You get like the nacho cheese and just like.
Now when I go to the movie theater, I take like a small handful. I'm just like. I just take a little like
you do this. You just,
I'm like spill a little bit, like brush it back.
You don't want to be that
box.
guy that walks out and you forget. All of a sudden you're like, oh no, I left my soda up there, and they like look at you and you're
I'm like look at myself. I'm like my spot's clean, buddy. You don't even have to clean over here. Like
you piece of shit. You left your fucking soda. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like oopsie daves.
Like you have to go back and fucking get your phone and like you leave all your shit there and just.
I was with somebody who bought like open shell, like closed shell nuts from home. And then just like ate them and popped all the shells on the ground, and I was like,
"What the fuck?"
I was like, "I didn't."
Yo, that's always fucking weird when you see people that bring in outside food.
But something that's like,
I've seen moms do that. It's always like something loud too.
Right, outside booze, I'm okay with.
No, booze is fine. Everybody does that. I'm talking like just like all of a sudden someone brings out like a fucking box of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, you're like,
oh, all right, that's a little weird. Like
sweet.
Or like something that's in a plastic bag that I'm like, I don't know if I would bring that. Like
I was with this kid, I forgot, like when I was like 13 or 14, and he like somehow nibbled on a king size Butterfinger from the start of a movie to the end of a movie. And
how long was the movie? Like 90 minutes?
Yeah. And it was just like
finished that in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I was like,
I ate a Butterfinger last night. I ate it in 10 minutes.
He had it in his hand the whole time and just like nibbled at it the whole movie theater. I was just like,
he's just
weirdo. Yeah, just
like a squirrel.
Yeah, I was. Well, his mom drove us, so it was like whatever. But
so I put up with it.
Yeah, I was just like this fucking weirdo.
So I'm trying to watch Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Like you're gonna nibble on this Butterfinger the whole time.
Like why I oughta.
Just choke him.
It's like stop, Henry.
I don't know. I've seen people eat weird like stuff in movie theaters too. So full sandwich one time I saw someone pull out of a fucking bag.
I saw a kid. I went to the movie theater with a kid who had brought a like lunchbox and ate like a bologna.
Yeah, I've seen. It's a joke in Always Sunny, but I've seen people like pull out like
a bologna Miracle Whip and cheese on white.
Jesus.
you know, what you people
Was your
like.
friend from Pleasantville?
Yeah.
Well, golly, Keith, are we going to go to the cinema today?
In a warm glass of milk. Wash it down.
He asked for it at the movie. Do you have any milk? Oh, God.
You have a warming agent for my milk?
Can you put this on the stove for 10 minutes? God. I don't know. Like, no, I saw somebody pull out like Tupperware full of like spaghetti.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
you
course
gotta
that's wild.
Slurp spaghetti at some point.
Yeah, it was like pasta, not like spaghetti, but it was like pasta. But still, like
you have to hear the like.
Yeah, I heard. I looked to my. It was like up to my right, and I like heard because you have to like
the smack.
Yeah, you got to take that. I'm like, is somebody opening like? And then sure enough, there's just a dude, and I hear the fork. Like I look over, and I'm like, this dude's got a bib on.
I respect it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I look at him like the balls on this guy.
Yeah,
like you look at it like
bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
It's a bold move, Cotton. It's a bold fucking move.
Yeah. Oh
my God, Chris, you all right? Yeah. All right. I wanted to make sure that we weren't. Did we make you hungry? No. Did you forget? Are you just making? What are you just making a Happy Bowl snack? Yeah. All right, cut all this out.
He said a Happy Bowl snack.
We're winding down here.
Yeah.
Just is there anything that you wanna plug? I mean, I gotta put a link for your show up.
Yeah, I mean,
Fairfax, which everybody check out. Keith does a great show.
I appreciate it.
It's only half an hour too. It's easily digestible.
Yes. Well, when you come on this Tuesday, we're gonna do a longer show.
It's always live, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do a longer show this Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm at the Desmond Room at East Wind February 2nd, which is a Thursday. Dinner and a show. Yeah, come check me out there. Other than that, I'll be at Gov's in February.
Doing the Giggle Room?
I
McGuire's.
talked to Terry McNeely. I might do one with him. I'll check and see.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like to do a show with Terry.
Yep.
And yeah, take it from there.
Any parting words of wisdom? What's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Was that Jerry Springer? Final thoughts?
No, just in general.
Oh,
my final thoughts. Whatever. That's not even sounding like Jerry Springer.
Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, 00925. Oops, my chicken's smelling fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special episode of Millennial Stoner. My guest, Keith Fairfax. As far as shows, I'm going to be going on. I'm going to Pennsylvania to Comedy Works in Bristol, Pennsylvania. So I'll be there on the 19th and the 20th with Terry McNeely headlining and Rob White featuring, and I'm going to be hosting everything. So I'll be on the road for 2 days. And then when I get more stuff, you guys will be the first to know. I'm sure I will too.
Nice.
But keep tuning in. Thanks for coming on, Keith.
Thank you.
Have
Thanks
fun
for having me. Yes.
I had fun.
Always.
All right, guys. I'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye. I do this, and then we do the news thing.
The Millennial Stoner outro song. Yeah, pack a bowl and sing along. Blah, la, blah, la, blah, la, 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 la. Ba, ba, blue sheep, ba, 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 ba. This is the favorite podcast of the Dalai Lama.